So my top tips for preventing injury. Well, I think number one, you need to make sure that you go to good dance teachers, good dance instructors to learn dance. There are many teachers out there who may be fun and great to do class with, but they perhaps don't have the anatomy and physiology knowledge and understanding to be teaching in a safe and effective way. So I think it's really key to ask dance teachers what their qualifications are, what their thoughts are on safe and effective dance practice, to make sure that you're in a safe environment and are learning properly and effectively.
Warming up properly all through your body, making sure that all your muscles are awake and alive and fully stretched.
And often, of course, running into a dance studio and you've got lots on your mind and you kind of run in and you want to do class and you just get there just in time, but you haven't properly warmed up your body. I think that's really important. We don't just mean kind of putting on clothes and layers or drinking a hot cup of coffee. It's about increasing the internal body temperature, increasing the blood flow, the heart rate, sending the oxygen through the blood to the skeletal muscles and the brain so that you can work effectively, warm up the joints, increase the synovial fluid around the joints so that you try and prevent injury in that class. And teachers don't always warm you up, so you can't always depend on the teachers to warm you up.
Appropriate footwear for the type of dancing you're doing. Particularly for me, if you are doing hip-hop, don't dance in your socks, which everyone keeps doing, and hurting their ankles. Make sure you've got some decent shoes on that are going to support your feet, and don't dance on harlequin floor if you've got your trainers on, because you're dislocating it. Good point.
Yeah. Doing classes in an environment that is appropriate. So doing dance classes on sprung floors as opposed to concrete floors. Check the flooring out. Make sure it's sprung and evenly sprung across. Research has shown that a floor that has different degrees of sponginess or springiness is worse actually than a hard floor. So make sure that the floor is evenly sprung and that it's a warm temperature, you're not too cold, etc.
Another one, stay positive when you're about to enter a move. If you find it's a tricky move, don't mentally tell yourself you can't do it. Go in with a positive attitude, and then the stress relieves the body.
In this day and age, it's not about more and more and more dancing equals better dancing. Dancing plus rest and recovery equals optimal performance. It's not dance plus dance plus dance. That doesn't equal optimal performance. So we know that in sports, recovery rest periods are given to athletes as part of their trainings in their timetable, but that's not the case for dance. So giving yourself rest periods so that your body can recuperate, your muscle, the damage in your muscle tissue can repair and grow stronger, and you can come back to dancing better. What is undertraining for one individual could be overtraining for another individual. So it depends on your circumstances and where you're at and what's going on in the rest of your life. But essentially, if you do a hard training session one day, you need a good amount of sleep, a good 8 hours sleep, in order to recover to come back the next day. And then if you're doing 5 days in a row, you really need that weekend. And what we find with some dance students who are then working at the weekends, doing various dance activities, that they come back on a Monday tired. This is a cycle that continues and their performance starts to decrease. So I'd say a good 1 day a week rest period is important. That means doing something that's very moderate in intensity, brisk walk, but nothing more than that. It is important, I think, when you've been working vigorously for the rest of the week.
Body maintenance, sports physio, massage, listening to the advice you're given, and Pilates is something that has been my saving grace recently. And learn to say no if something hurts. Just say no.
And then, of course, nutrition, hydration, really important. When we get, what's that saying, when we're thirsty, we've gone beyond the point of dehydration, and so dehydration can impair your performance quite significantly. So lots of fluid, lots of water, and regular eating as well, so that we don't feel kind of glycogen depleted and we have enough energy to sustain the dance class and work at our best.
Take responsibility yourself for your own body. Communicate with your choreographer. Let them know if there really is something repetitious that you're doing every night that is causing you harm, and see if there are ways of working around that move.
Cooling down. Research has shown that those who cool down are less likely to sustain an injury. And so that's really important, and we don't tend to do that. Teachers like to end on a high, which means the big jumping sequence across the room. And it's important, if they don't cool you down, that you have to cool yourself down, which is gradually decreasing the heart rate, getting lots of oxygen into the body by doing kind of major muscle group movements to help eliminate lactic acid. So lactic acid, the build-up byproduct in the body because of high jumps and high intensity sequences, can be reduced much more effectively through a gradual cool down, lots of oxygen and some stretching.
Remember, you're doing it because you love it, and all that hard work pays off, and it is something you should be enjoying. So the more you enjoy it, hopefully the more you'll get from it.